operation. What the hell is wrong with splitters on Xbox? For those who are there on PlayStation, maybe they don't use pinpoint, they don't throw splitters. See that? You see how it drops at about the halfway point or just after? See? You see how it's acting like I'm flicking down right there when I'm very clearly not? Well, I think I know what's going on, even though I'm not entirely sure how to fix this at this point. So, I have an Elite controller. I'm using the Xbox Accessories application to screw with the settings on it. I don't know if this is the same case on PlayStation, but I think it comes down to how it calculates true north. Because watch very closely, and in editing, I'll try and remember to do a zoom in on this portion right here. So for the splitter motion, you start at your 9 o'clock, you come down to 3, go back to noon, and flick down, right? On Xbox, watch very carefully on this blue line. That's a map of my stick in real time here. When I get close to true north, you see that? You see that mouse acceleration style flick on that like final like 2%? That isn't the big deal. What I think is causing our issues is on the second half. As far as the game is concerned, it is detecting a sudden change in motion and then another sudden change in motion just after it reaches true north. The problem with this is that when you constantly see your inputs dropping in this region, and then you see a weird mouse acceleration type thing going on, it's not exactly a wild guess to say that this right here is what's causing dropped inputs. And sometimes if you do it at just the right speed, you don't notice a flick there. Because I mean, if I throw 50 of those in a row, some of them it won't drop, but then most of them drop right there when that little off of true north flick happens. So I'm gonna cut it here for a minute. I'm gonna mess with these settings. If I find anything that seems like it works, we'll have it after the break. Hey guys, Doc from the future. Third time trying to record this audio. Long story short though, nothing seems to work when it comes to the first party Microsoft controllers. With the Elite Series 2, we tried to adjust the stick tension, different stick lengths, concave, convex. We tried all the different sensitivity profiles. I adjusted the curves. Nothing at the end of the day seems to stop the issue with splitters and forkballs dropping quite often. I'm honestly thinking it's a difference in how Sony wants to calculate like the cardinal directions on a controller versus how Xbox controllers are programmed to send that input over. That said, and we'll get to it here in the video in a sec, we did find some solution to this, but it's far from ideal. But we do have potentially options for these pitchers at least. Oh hey guys, decided that I would actually re-record this a little bit so that I could give you a better explanation. So I'm using a Razer Wolverine, I believe this is their Series 2 of this controller. It's a third-party wired controller. But as you can see, the issue is gone. And if I'm being honest, this was the outcome I did not want, because the last thing I want to do for a solution until SDS fixes something like this is to say, well, the solution is to go buy a better controller. Because I don't think this is a better controller than my Elite Series 2, but as you can see, splitter inputs are not dropping on this. I don't know what is different with how these third-party controllers register true north versus the Microsoft ones, but as you can see, even if I'm screwing up the input, it's not dropping at that midway point anymore. So I don't really have a solution right now to make these work consistently, other than to suggest that if you're going to use an Ohtani or an Aroldis or a Gosman type pitcher, you might honestly have to get comfortable with a different, as you can see, I'm not comfortable with this controller pitching in anything other than the fact that it doesn't drop the inputs. But I don't know, it seems like in the meantime, to make splitters and forkballs, so guys like Fergie work, we might have to just look away from the first party products, because it looks like that is the cause of the issue, is how Microsoft has these controllers relay that input versus how MLB is looking for that input. If I had to guess, it's probably because DualSense 5 controllers probably don't have that little like mouse acceleration flick at the end, versus Microsoft controllers, which when you get within like 5 degrees, it snaps over and finishes the rest of the motion for you under the, I would assume, assumption that you're gonna go there anyway. So might as well just like kind of try to predict for the sake of the coding, right? But at the end of the day, this was not the ideal solution, but you know, at least if you really want to use a guy like Ohtani to their full potential right now, or Fergie, or Gosman, who doesn't really function without his splitter, we have options. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If this helped you out, make sure to like and subscribe. Feel free to share this info with other people too, because I'm sure there were plenty of you guys, much like myself, who thought they were going insane with splitters sometimes working for like 50%, sometimes for 70%, sometimes perfectly, and then other times they would drop altogether. But yeah, I hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of your days / nights. Thanks for watching, and try to throw splitters better than I am right now.